Good morning, class. Today I'm here to explain the new chapter, The Little Prince Visits the King. I know most of you don't have your textbooks with you all, so I will be posting the PDF file after the class gets over. Alright, so this Little Prince Visits the King is written by Antony de Saint-Exupéry. So he was a French pilot and a writer. He fell in love with flying at the age of 12 when he first took his first airplane ride at the age of 22. Joined the French military as a pilot. So all his writings are inspired by his adventures as a pilot, including The Little Prince. His other works include novels Southern Mail and Night Flight, As a Memoir, Wind, Sand and Stars. So this story is about a little prince who has come from an asteroid, right? And he wanted to visit all the asteroids so that he could add to his knowledge. So in this chapter, we will learn about asteroids. I hope all of you know what is an asteroid. So asteroids are small bodies that orbit the sun but are different from the moons of a planet. They are irregularly shaped, just like the rocks you see around you, and are made of carbon, stone and metal. So asteroids are what? They are irregularly shaped, right, and they are like rocks which we see around us. So let us read a story about a king who lives on a small asteroid and claims to rule over everything. So this chapter is about a king who is the owner of an asteroid, alright, and a little prince happens to visit him. The little prince found himself in the neighborhood of the asteroids 325, 326, 327, 28, 29 and 30. He began therefore by visiting them in order to add to his knowledge. So as I said, that little prince, he wanted to visit the asteroids so that he could gain some knowledge. Okay. So the first of them was inhabited by a king. So he first came to an asteroid, right, where it was inhabited, means it was ruled by a king. Clad in royal purple and ermine. Ermine is a white fur of a type of weasel often used to decorate formal robes. And she was seated upon a throne which was at the same time both simple and majestic. That means she was wearing a royal gown. Alright, you've seen how a king dresses up, isn't it? He wears a crown, he wears a gown. So he was also wearing a purple, royal purple gown. Here is a subject. So he addresses the little prince as a subject. Exclaims the king when he saw the little prince coming. So when he saw the little prince coming towards him, he said that he was a subject. And the little prince asked himself. So the little prince was also surprised when the king called him a subject. How could he recognize me when he had never seen me before? So he was surprised to find out that how did the king know about him. Alright. So he did not know how the world is simplified for kings. So he did not know how the world would look upon a king. To them, all men are subjects. So he felt that maybe the king calls all the common people as his subjects. Approach so that I may see you better, said the king, who felt consumingly proud of being at last a king over somebody. So the king was very, very happy because he now got somebody to rule over. So he was waiting for someone, alright, so that he could give his orders, so that somebody would listen to him. The little prince looked everywhere to find a place to sit down. So he was very, very tired. Right, and he wanted to sit down. So he looked all over the place to find a place to sit. But the entire planet was crammed and obstructed by the king's magnificent ermine robe. So the king was wearing a big robe, right, a gown which is very, very big, and it had covered the entire place there. So the little prince did not find a place to sit. So he remained standing upright. So he did not find a place to sit. So he remained just standing straight. And since he was tired, he yawned. So since he was tired because he had walked a very long distance. Alright, so he just yawned in front of the king. It is contrary to etiquette. Etiquette means what? Manners, isn't it? So you should always show good manners towards your elders. So when he yawned, the king was not very happy because he felt that he had no manners at all. To yawn in the presence of a king. So he told the little prince saying that you don't have any manners because you just yawned in front of a king. The monarch said to him, I forbid you to do so. So the king, he said that you should not be yawning. I can't help it. I can't stop myself, replied the little prince. So the little prince said that he could not help himself stop from yawning. Thoroughly embarrassed. So he was quite embarrassed also because he yawned in front of the king. I've come a long journey and I had no sleep. So he said that he had traveled, right, and he was very, very tired and he could not sleep. That's why he had yawned in front of him. Then the king said, I order you to yawn. So when he gave the reason, the king said that, okay, you can yawn. It is years since I've seen anyone yawning. So he said that he had never seen somebody yawning in front of him. It had almost become many, many years because nobody would visit the king, isn't it? So he was all alone in his asteroid. So he had never seen somebody yawning. So when he saw the little prince yawning, he said that, okay, you can yawn. Come now, yawn again, it is an order. So he told the little prince saying that it is an order from the king and you can yawn now. Okay children, I hope you are understanding. So that frightens me, I cannot anymore. So the little prince said that he cannot yawn anymore because he was scared. Murmured the little prince, now completely abashed. Abashed means embarrassed. He was feeling embarrassed. Alright, so he said that he cannot yawn anymore. Hum, hum, replied the king. Then I order you sometimes to yawn and sometimes to. So when he said that he cannot yawn anymore, the king, he said that I order you to yawn at times. Okay, so he sputtered a little and seemed vexed. Vexed means what? Annoyed. So it looked that the king was angry with the little prince. For what the king insisted upon was that his authority should be respected. So the king felt that the little prince was not obeying his orders. He tolerated no disobedience. So the king did not like somebody being disobedient to him. He was an absolute monarch. So he was a king he was authority. Alright, he wanted everyone to listen to him. So since the little prince did not obey his orders, he felt angry. But because he was a very good man, he made his orders reasonable. But the king was quite good human being, right? So he did not mind. So if I order the general, he would say by way of example, if I order the general to change himself into a seabird, and if the general did not obey me, that would not be the fault of the general. It would be my fault. So he started assuming. Alright, so he started thinking that if he would order a general and if he did not listen to him, that would be his own fault. May I sit down? Came now a timid inquiry from the little prince. So the little prince was quite scared. Right? So he asked in a very feeble voice, right, to the king, saying that, can I sit down? I order you to do so, the king answered him. So the king answered, the king said, okay, you can sit down. And majestically gathered in a fold of his ermine mantle. That means he gathered his robe, right, and he made a little space so that the little prince could sit down. But the little prince was wondering, so he started looking around, right, and he started thinking. The planet was tiny, so the place was very, very small. The planet was tiny. Over what could this king really rule? So he started thinking, if the planet was so small, what did the king rule over? Sire, he said to him. Sire means sir. Alright, so he said, sir, I beg that you will excuse my asking you a question. So he said that, sir, can I ask you a question? I order you to ask me a question, said the king, hastened to assure him. So immediately he said that, I give you the order to ask me a question. Sire, over what do you rule? So he wanted to know on what does he rule, or over what does he rule. Over everything, said the king. So the king said that he rules over everything. With magnificent simplicity, that means he was very, very proud, right, to announce that he rules over everything. Over everything. So again, the little prince was quite surprised, alright. So again he said, over everything. The king made a gesture. So gesture means what? A movement that you make with your hands or your head or your face to show a particular meaning. Which took in his planet the other planets and all the stars. That means he made some gestures. Alright, so that means that he was trying to give order to the planets and the stars. Over all that, asked the little prince. Again, the little prince asked whether he ruled over all the planets and the stars. Over all that, the king answered. So the king answered that he ruled over all. For his rule was not only absolute, it was also universal. So it was not only the planets, but he ruled over everything. And the stars obey you. So again, the little prince asked whether the stars obey him or not. Certainly they do, the king said. So the king said that, yes, the stars do obey me. They obey instantly. Instantly means quickly. I do not commit insubordination. Insubordination, it means the refusal to obey orders or show respect for somebody who was of high rank. So he said that he does not like people being disobedient. Such power was the thing for the little prince to marvel at. So the little prince was quite surprised. If he had been master of such complete authority, he would have been able to watch the sunset not 44 times in one day, but 72 or even 100 or even 200 times without ever having to move his chair. So the little prince started thinking that if the king had an authority that he would love to watch the sunset, he would watch 200 times even without having moved his chair. And because he felt a bit sad as he remembered his little planet which he had forsaken, he plucked up his courage to ask the king a favor. So the little prince, he remembered his own planet, right? And he felt sad that he had left his planet and he had come away. So he wanted to ask a favor to the king. I should like to see a sunset. Do me the kindness, order the sun to set. So he wanted to see what the king could do. Alright, so he said that he would like to see the sunset. Right, and he wanted the king to order the sun to set. If I ordered a general to fly from one flower to another like a butterfly, or to change himself into a seabird, and if the general did not carry out the order that he had received, which one of us would be in the wrong? The king demanded. So he said to the little prince, saying that if I order a general to fly from one flower to another, alright, or to change himself into a seabird, and if the general did not obey his orders, who would be wrong? The general or myself? So he asked the question to the boy or to the little prince, saying that is it the general or myself being wrong? You said, the little prince warmly. Exactly, one must require from each one the duty which each one can perform. So he said that one must always follow what the other one tells you to do. The king went on, accepted authority rests first on one's reason. I have the right to require obedience because my orders are reasonable. So he said that his orders are reasonable and everyone should follow. Then my sun set. So the little prince was waiting for the king to give order for the sun to set, isn't it? The little prince reminded him, for he never forgot a question once he had asked it. So the little prince was also very intelligent. He never forgot the questions which he had asked to the king, neither he would forget anything which he had asked. You shall have your sunset. So the king said that you shall have your sunset. You will be able to see the sunset. I shall command it. So he said that he will command the sun to set and the little prince will get to see. But according to my science of government, I shall wait until conditions are favorable. So the king said that he would wait for some certain time, right? When the conditions are good, he would let the little prince see the sunset. So I've explained till page 14 from page 11. So please go through that PDF file which I'll be sending. So I'll meet you all again in the next class. Thank you.